On the couch, we gon' talk about it. Danni Gyrl, pull up, sit down, yeah. Kick your shoes off, lean back, tell truth. We've all got scars, we've all been bruised. Feels too high, jaw feel small. Heart been broke, you still stand tall. Hey. From the crib to the car, you've been carrying weight. You ain't crazy, you're tired. You're allowed to be late. The space here, yeah, is made for that. Real life, real love, real ugly facts. Couch conversation, nothing's off limits. Say what you're scared to say. We gon' live it. Real people, real pain, and real elevation. On the couch with Danni Gyrl, we talk transformation. On the couch with Danni Gyrl, we talk transformation. Yeah. Talk faith, talk fear, talk wins, talk shame. Talk I left, talk I stayed. Talk I heal slow, talk I still bleed. Talk I forget them, talk what about me? We laugh in the mess, we cried and we clapped. Cause you still here, that's the victory lap. From the hurt to the hope, we connect those dots. You're not what you did, you more than your loss. Couch conversation, nothing's off limits. Say what you're scared to say. We gon' live it. Real people, real pain, and real elevation. On the couch with Danni Gyrl, we talk transformation. On the couch with Danni Gyrl, we talk transformation. If you feel alone, you can pull up too. Your story got power, let it come through. What you survive might save somebody else. Speak that truth, heal your own scars. Conversation, nothing's off limits. Say what you're scared to say. We gon' live it. Real people, real pain, and real elevation. On the couch with Danni Gyrl, we talk transformation. On the couch with Danni Gyrl, we talk transformation.
The couch conversations, y'all. I apologize. I'm just talking and y'all can't hear me. This is why I turn my comments on. Thank you to everybody that's texting me and letting me know and that commented. I appreciate it. Yeah, this is why I turn my comments on because sometimes I can't see them on the screen, so I can watch them. Ooh, I apologize. I'm just talking. I can watch them on the screen with y'all. So we're talking about the current state of the economy. This is part two of that. Um, I was briefly speaking on unemployment is at 4.3%, which is 7.4 million people unemployed. I was talking about groceries are high, rent is high, gas prices are high. These are some of the things that we talked about last week. Shrinkflation, where you're getting less in the product, even though it looks the same. The package is a little smaller and you're getting less in there. And the example that I used was chips. When you buy chips in the bag is like empty. I talked about the prices of rent in 4 major U.S. cities and how people are coping with paying rent. They're taking on side jobs, side gigs, side hustles, getting roommates, and things of that nature. Um, so that's what we're talking about, the state of the economy. So I want y'all to please tap in, be part of this conversation. It's a lot to talk about. And I really want to just kind of start where I left off last week. Um, excuse me. So last week we talked about buy now, pay later. We talked about the price of rent. For those of you that missed it, I'm just going to briefly go over a couple of the points from last week. Um, so the 4 major USs that I used were Los Angeles, Las Vegas, New York, and Atlanta. Um, all of these places to live, you basically are making less than what the cost of living is. Um, so the average rent in LA is $2,200 a month. The average rent in Las Vegas is $1,250. The average rent in New York is $4,000. The average in Atlanta is $1,700. And the minimum wage in Atlanta is $7.25 an hour. It's actually $5.15 an hour, but the federal minimum wage is $7.25. New York is $17 an hour. Vegas is $12. Los Angeles is $18.42. And yeah, the cost of living is exceeding what people are making. In Atlanta, it is by 135%. In New York, it is by 136%. The average person in New York right now is making $2,900 a month, and the rent is $4,000. The average person in Atlanta is making $1,250 a month, and the rent is $1,700. So that's kind of what we were looking at. The average gas prices, which were continuing to skyrocket in certain places. And we just gonna get into that. Last week I left off talking about bills and groceries and how much the cost of certain things were just on the national average. And what I need everybody to realize is because last week I had a lot of people contacting me after the show telling me, well, where I live is this much and where I live is that much. The national average is basically the poorest towns, the richest towns, and they meet in the middle. So it's a little bit off and it varies from place to place, but even the national average is high. So the average electric bill right now is from 140 to 165. That's what they're saying. I found that not to be true. The reason is because right now, and I'm not sure who it was last week, told me their average electric in their city was 325 or 350, I believe they told me. Some places on the southeast coast, like Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, they are experiencing drastic increases in their electric and water bill. They say it's due to the AI data centers, which I believe, but yeah, the national average right now for electric bill seems to be between $200 and $300. Um, the average internet bill is between $70 and $80, and that's just with no cable. That's just the average internet bill, and the average basic utilities are averaging about $250 to $400 a month. So yeah, it's getting expensive. Groceries, bread is like $3 to $4 a gallon, milk $4 to $5, eggs $3 to $6, um, chicken 4 to 6.50 a pound, ground beef $5 to $8 a pound, potatoes $4 to $7 for a 5 pound bag. Lettuce is anywhere from $2 to $4. And I talked about this last week as well. My son has been gardening. So right now I've been posting pictures on Facebook. Right now we have our own lettuce that we grow in the yard because we eat a lot of lettuce. We put lettuce in a lot of stuff, burgers and stuff like that. So it was really cheaper for us to grow lettuce than to buy lettuce, because I do believe I told y'all last week, 3 heads of romaine lettuce is about $6 to $7 depending on where you go. So yeah, it's getting very expensive. We also have some other things growing in the garden. We have lemons already. We have oranges already. Those are some things that my grandmama already grow in her yard. We have watermelons growing in the yard now. But not only is it cheaper to start you a garden and to grow your own things, it's actually healthier because today I was watching a video where they were talking about all the food that is being processed in different plants, the meat that is no longer actual animal meat. It is being lab manufactured, lab cultured. The bread is no longer what it's supposed to be. If you go and you really pay attention, bread doesn't mold anymore. You can run bread underwater. Just different things with the food that's showing you that it's not what it's supposed to be. So we have to be diligent in paying attention and knowing what we're putting in our bodies. The average price of gas, it says $3.40 to $3.70. The average price of gas in the LA area is about $6 to $8. Yeah, things are just getting out of control. So I have a question for y'all tonight, and I want y'all to answer this in the comments if you're watching. Here we go. What is the bigger flex in 2026? Is it no credit card debt? Is it owning a home? Is it not 6 months of savings, luxury vacations, or multiple streams of income? What is the bigger flex in 2026? Thank you, Desiree. I appreciate you so much. Nothing lasts more than 5 days. Wait, that's nothing. Don't last more than, yeah. So we gotta be paying attention. I mentioned last week, if you can get you some cash, put you some cash up. They're trying to take everything digital, and from what I've seen, from what I've studied, from what I've learned, as long as you have cash, you have leverage. When everything goes digital, that's that. So when they decide to cut you off, freeze your bank accounts and things like that, you have no control over that. Also, before I go any further, if you want to win 2 VIP tickets to the block party, this is your last chance. Make sure you comment in the comments who you're bringing with you. Who is your other ticket going to? Comment their name in the comments. And we're going to see who gets VIP tickets to the block party. As y'all know, the block party is next week. So I'll be talking more about that toward the end of the show. But what is the bigger flex in 2026? Is it no credit card debt, owning a home, 6 months of savings, luxury vacationing, or multiple streams of income? Okay, so let's talk about this. And I mentioned this briefly last week as well. Buy now, pay later. I want to get into that a little bit more. So let me find my notes from last week on that. A lot of people don't know what buy now, pay later is, and I'm going to tell you. Buy now, pay later is a way for you to go online, purchase things, and make payments on them over a period of time. And it's with companies such as Afterpay, Klarna, Affirm, PayPal, Pay Later. They have a few other ones. One Zip. They have a few. So a lot of people now are vacationing with the buy now, pay later. I mentioned last week you can go on Klarna and purchase cruises. You can get hotel rooms, airfare, all these different things on Klarna. And a lot of people are getting into the buy now, pay later cycle. And the thing is, you buy it now and you break it down into 4 payments or 6 payments, but eventually you're going to have to pay it or it's going on your credit. Now, I'm going to be honest with y'all. If y'all want to talk about credit, we could do that on another episode because y'all might want to hear my thoughts on credit. So I've been seeing people went to Coachella with buy now, pay later. They were checking out with Klarna. Just different things. The concerts, the Beyonce concerts, the Chris Brown concerts, all these different concerts people are buying using buy now, pay later, cruises and things like that. And they're using it like a credit card. So I want to know y'all opinions on that as well. If you're already living in a reality where your income is fixed, if you already are living in a situation where your money is tight, is it wise to take a vacation on a buy now, pay later? Just paying twice as much as you would if you just paying it out. Okay, so you are right to a certain extent. Now, depending on what buy now, pay later program you use, you're not double paying. They add a little bit of interest on it, and they letting you, if you miss a payment, they add like $1, $2 interest on it or something like that. I was reading about it the other day. But people are really like taking trips. I've seen some people that are going into $10, $15, $20,000 debt to go to Disney. Let me tell y'all something. I'm not going into $20,000 of debt to go to Disneyland. I'm not doing it. To go on any vacation. But I see this has become the norm. Social media is making things the norm. So to answer my question, what the bigger flex is right now, somebody said multiple streams of income. Somebody said owning a home. Another comment, all I see is vacations on my timeline, and a lot of them are getting them with the buy now, pay later programs. Also, I think it's okay if you use it responsibly. Now, that is what I mentioned last week. I think it's okay if you use it responsibly. It's always good to have in a situation like an emergency situation, because you can buy food, you can buy groceries and things like that on there. I talked about they have like an actual line of credit. And if you get a line of credit, you can use it to pay bills and things like that. So I think in emergency situations, it's very good to have. But to use a $5,000 line of Klarna to go to Coachella or to go to a concert or things like that, to me, are irresponsible. More than likely, you're not going to pay it when it's over and done with. I've seen a lot of younger people on TikTok. They were using these buy now, pay later programs, and they don't pay them later because they're like, well, I already went and had the fun, and I live at home with my parents, so I'm not worried about what my credit is like, and I'm just not gonna pay it. Um, some people say they deserve a break and they should be able to take a vacation, or they should be able to go make memories, but they can't afford to. So that's where these programs come in at. That's where their credit cards come in at. I do want y'all to realize that statistics say that the average person does not have $1,000 in the bank in case of emergency. They do not have $1,000 in savings if something's happened. If something happens, um, people are one paycheck away from being homeless, and that are literal statistics. People used to say that back in the day, and it will be like 2 or 3 paychecks maybe, but no, people are literally one paycheck away from being homeless. Um, so I kind of get that people want to go out and live their best life and try to escape reality, but then when you come back home, reality can be twice as bad than what you were trying to escape. Um, Now, my question to y'all is, if social media was the only source of information, how would we know that people are truly out here struggling? Because people are still posting trips, they're still posting new cars, they're still posting designer labels and expensive luxury dinners, but they don't post the debt, collections, repossessions, and evictions that go with it. There's a TikToker. I don't recall her name right now. She's a young lady that's Asian. She's posting all this luxury stuff, these Coco Chanel bags that she has, and these expensive dinners that she takes herself to, and her luxury closet that she has, and all these different things. And they actually exposed her a couple of weeks ago for being a fraud. The closet that she was filming in was somebody that she knew. It wasn't actually hers. She's actually $325,000 in credit card debt, trying to keep up with this lifestyle that she's been portraying on TikTok, trying to keep up buying these purses and all of these things. And she actually lives in, and I mentioned this last week about talking about keeping up with the Joneses. Um, she actually lives in one of these TikTok houses where the streamers rent the house out. It has like a whole bunch of bedrooms. 10 streamers get a house together, and then it makes everybody look like they're living this extravagant lifestyle. She actually was one of those type of streamers. I talked about last week keeping up with people on social media because it is ridiculous and unnecessary. I talked about some of the schemes that people use on social media as far as the being able to rent designer clothes, being able to rent designer bags, the knockoff bags, um, the TikTok houses. Also, if y'all didn't know this as well, because a lot of people really do try to keep up with these influencers. A lot of these people that put content on social media, I want y'all to know that a lot of these content creators, you think they're really going through things. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because of something I seen last night. You think they're really going through things and they're really having issues, or, things like that, or they're actually living this lifestyle. I want y'all to know there's several places, especially in the Los Angeles area, where you can go and film scenes in like Hollywood. Well, they're not necessarily in Hollywood because they have one out here in El Monte. They're actually sets where you can go and film on the set, and they have like jet sets and car sets and luxury sets that look like hotel rooms. They have all this different stuff, and people go there and film. Now, what made me bring that up is because this lady posted this video of her son supposedly in a coma fighting for his life, and she was in the hospital room arguing with him. Arguing with his friends about him. And when she pans around, you can see all the construction on the wall in the next room because it's a set. And if you look at even the hospital set, it's a lot of things that are missing that would actually be in the hospital if you really truly know. But we have to be careful of what we take in on social media, who we allow to influence us, because a lot of it's fake. A lot of people are living in debt and don't want nobody to know. Um, I said I wasn't gonna tell y'all this, but I'm gonna tell y'all this because I love telling people what I do know. If y'all want to know the actual details on what I'm about to say, you can Google it, you can get into it, but I'm just gonna give you the basics, and if you take the basics of what I'm telling you, it'll work. So for those of you that don't know, I've had a lot of many jobs, a lot of many, and I meant a lot of many jobs in a lot of different um, areas, a lot of different areas. I'm gonna leave it at that. I've done a lot of things in a lot of different areas. And one of my first jobs I ever had, I was a debt collector. And let me explain something to y'all. So if y'all want to not necessarily fix your credit, but just raise your credit score a little bit, um, anything on your credit that is owned by a debt collector, you can dispute and have removed. A debt collector does not own the debt, so they really legally cannot collect on it. Um, Also, this still works. If y'all don't believe me, you can try it. You can literally dispute everything on your credit report. The company has 30 days to respond to your dispute, and if they don't respond, the credit bureau has to automatically take it off. Also, all three credit bureaus, Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax, have all had data breaches. I have the information that you can send them to raise your credit score and have things removed off of your credit due to their data breach. Um, the reason I'm telling y'all this is because everybody's struggling, and if you get your credit a little bit higher, that'll help you out a little bit. Um, I'm not suggesting y'all take y'all credit and go get loans and things like that, which is why I no longer do credit repair. I used to do credit repair, and I was repairing people credit, and they would go right out as soon as I was done and go get a loan, go get credit cards. I can't clean y'all credit and watch y'all go in debt, so I stopped. Um, you can clean your credit and raise your credit a little bit, and it will help you in different areas of you trying to get things. I don't suggest you go get unnecessary loans or unnecessary financing, but I know in a time like this, it does benefit you to have the knowledge to do certain things and to move around certain ways. And if you need a line of credit, to have the credit to get it. Um, so social media, vacations. Okay, I want my fellas to tap in for this. Tag a man, y'all. I need y'all to tag a man to this post. Tag a man. A man. I want to talk about this soft life movement they got going right now on social media, but I need some of my fellas to tap in because I have questions for the guys. Let's talk about the middle class real quick, and I'm gonna come back to that. So, as I mentioned last week, the middle class is disappearing. The middle class is disappearing. There used to be a upper class, a middle class, and a lower class, and now it is an upper class and a lower class. They are helping the middle class to disappear by eliminating a lot of corporate and middle management jobs, giving them to AI and things like that. So I don't know if y'all pay attention, but UPS, Amazon, couple of other companies. I had a list of them. I can't think of them right now. They all laid people off. And I'm not talking about like 5,000, 10,000. They were laying off like 100,000 people, 90,000 people, 300,000 people from middle management and upper management jobs. And those are jobs that are considered in some ways to be corporate jobs, which eliminates that middle class. So it's like now either you can afford it or you can't. And I try to explain to people that a lot of the things that we are going through or about to go through, if you pay attention, has already been talked about in a movie. And people don't understand why I watch so many horror movies. I watch a lot of horror and sci-fi movies. But if you watch horror and sci-fi, you get insight on what's going on. Um, so I'm a fan of The Purge. I'm a big fan of The Purge. They have had 5 Purge movies and a Purge series with 2 seasons. I did not watch the second season of the series, but I have watched all the Purge movies. The first Purge, the Purge Anarchy, all of the Purge movies. And if you watch the Purge movies and get into them and really take in what they're talking about and what's being done, and not just the horror of the movie, they were eliminating the lower class and the lower middle class. That's what they were doing. They were eliminating them with the purge. So the wealthy people were able to lock their houses down. They were able to get security systems. They were able to put their houses down and lock them down like a vault. And everybody else that didn't have that kind of money was just subject to the purge. Um, if you watch all of the Purge movies, the first Purge, which was actually the last Purge, they started it in the projects, and they paid people to do it because they knew that they needed money. The reason that I'm telling you this is because this is how the middle class disappears. And this is kind of what we're going through right now, except it hasn't gotten to the physical point of the purge. But people are working 9 to 5 jobs, making minimum wage, making over minimum wage, and still not being able to afford to get housing. They have a whole parking lot in Los Angeles. I don't recall the street that it's on right now, but it's in Los Angeles. They have a whole parking lot where people go and park at night. It's open from a certain time of night until a certain time in the morning. They have security there. People can park there and sleep. And the reason that they have this parking lot is because they said they had an influx of professionals that were homeless and sleeping in their car. And they were getting up, going to work every day, and they were parking in that area. Imagine being a doctor and driving for Domino's. There's a guy that went viral on TikTok. His neighbors were recording him because he was a doctor. He drove a Lamborghini and he was driving for Domino's on the side. And they actually recorded him at the hospital one day, and it went viral again. He was in the parking lot of the hospital. He came out of the hospital in his scrubs in the parking lot. Excuse me. And he put the Domino's thing on top of his car. And people were saying like how we were able to live off of 6 figures back in the day, and that was a good living, and people would tell you go be a doctor, go be a lawyer because of how much they made. They're starting to fall in the trenches with the wages and things like that too. My apologies, y'all. I'm choking. I feel like I have dust in my throat. So yeah, we just have to try to find ways to cut corners, to cut costs, to survive. I suggest going as far as living off the grid as you can. And what I mean by that is getting to a point where you can start to provide for yourself, and really make it happen for yourself. I know a lot of people have resulted to like Uber, Instacart, DoorDash, and things like that. And even in those areas now, it's so heavily saturated that the money isn't as good as it used to be. People aren't getting as many deliveries as they used to, depending on where they live. So everything is getting heavily saturated when it comes to people trying to make money. What I will say is beware of MLMs. They're also known as pyramid schemes or multi level marketing schemes. A lot of people are getting into them because it seems like you can go in and make good money. One of them is called Amway. Be careful going into Amway trying to make good money. The people that work for Amway make it sound good, but they make money off of you coming in. They're not actually making money from the program. Um, Another one of the programs like that is Primerica. I'm not knocking Primerica because they've been around for years and they have a lot of people that are successful, but at the end of the day, they are a MLM. Um, so be careful of getting into things like that, trying to earn extra income, because if the top falls, everybody at the bottom crumbles. Um, Back in the day, people used to say, get a job, get a house, raise a family, and retire. But nowadays, you can see that people aren't even retiring at an age that's sustainable anymore. You know, you go into the stores now and you see people that are in their 70s, 80s still working, trying to survive. Um, it's kind of sad to see, but like they're trying to survive off of Social Security and things like that, and it's not happening. It's not happening. And they do have senior citizen housing, but even with that, it's hard to find, it's hard to get into, and sometimes it still doesn't cover anything but the rent. So we have to talk about stopping generational poverty now. We're always talking about generational. We have to talk about stop generational poverty. With the economy that we're in, if you don't nip it in the bud now, it will happen. If you don't stop generational poverty in this generation that is alive right now, everything after this, because of the way the economy is going, um, people are struggling on a level that has never been seen before. And the comparison now, depression, the Great Depression, y'all, and they not telling y'all that. Um, really go do a deep depression. You like all the numbers and fake stats from the Great Depression to where we are now. You will see we are now than we were doing then. Great Depression, they talk just the worst time with the economy in America, and it's not. It's actually now. And it, um, the current POTUS has us so far into debt. They said that we'll never get out. So it's just the economy is bad. It's not bad everywhere. If you go and look at some of the other states, excuse me, countries, some of the other countries away from the Western civilization. And what I mean by that is I'm not talking about Canada, Mexico. If you go look at some of the other countries away from the Western civilization, you can see that they're living way better than us. They're living more advanced than us. The cost of living is better and all these different things. So it's really what's going on here. It's the way the infrastructure here is set up to keep everybody in a state of needing, I would say. Um, so I want to know why people think that they are thriving in this economy. And I'm going to give y'all my opinion. And this is my opinion, and y'all talk back to me on this, okay? My opinion is The reason people think that they are thriving in this economy is because they're taking on a lot of debt. People that are involved in stocks, bonds, investing, and things like that feel like they have a solid investment that they're making money on. So they feel like they're thriving. Um, but I mentioned this last week, and I was telling somebody this. A lot of these celebrities are not worth, and business people are not worth what people think they are worth. First of all, I don't know if a lot of y'all know that a lot of these people self-evaluate their companies, and if you know what I mean, you know this is why Kylie Jenner. I was gonna call her Kardashian. Kylie Jenner. Why she was named a billionaire, and then they put out the retraction statement. You self-evaluate your company. So a lot of these people have self-evaluated their companies and then opened them up to public trading, and that's how they're making their money. So their company is only worth as much as their stocks are worth. Um, if you pay attention, a lot of these billionaires and millionaires are trading and selling back and forth to each other to keep the price of their stocks up, because they're basically determining their own net worth. Um, it's crazy, but yeah, I do a lot of documentary watching and a lot of research um, about different subjects. One day we'll have to talk about diamonds. A lot of people don't be ready for that talk about diamonds and jewelry. Um, why gold is worth more than diamonds. We're gonna have that conversation on another episode. But anyways, fellas, what does the soft life actually mean? Women are out here on this soft life movement, and they're talking about living a soft life. So I need to know, is it supposed to be luxury, peace, financial freedom, no debt? And the reason I'm asking the men and not the women is because there are men out here that are giving their women the soft life, or would like to give their women the soft life. I would like to know what it is. Is it the peace, the financial freedom? Is it luxury? What is the soft life? Now, to the ladies, I would like to know what y'all version of the soft life is. Is it luxury? Is it peace? Is it financial freedom? Is it no debt? And the reason I'm asking is because I see, especially on TikTok, a lot of people on social media talking about soft life. Women, they want to live a soft life, or they're living a soft life. And basically, to me, what it looks like, in my opinion, is the soft life means they want to be at home and be lazy. And the reason I say that is because most of these women are not ambitious. They don't have a side job, a hobby. They literally at home chilling. If they have kids, they taking care of them. They running up bills and throwing money away. And the reason I say it in that manner is because right now, with the state of the economy, living a soft life should not even be an option. Everybody should be going 50-50 and stacking bread. Everybody. To all of these women out here that want to be taken care of, you want a man to take you on a $300 dinner, all the stuff that I talk about during the dating and relationship courses that or series that I do on here. All of the women that are looking for those things, you are delusional in the state of this economy. And that lets me know even more that y'all don't really know what's going on. Because if y'all did, y'all would not be expecting nobody to be doing those things for you. You would be trying to get locked down somewhere with somebody that you can partner up with and build with, stack some money with, and not be worried about going to Fleming's or Eddie V's. That should be the last thing on your mind. Like, I'm not trying to be funny. If y'all sit down and really get into the state of the economy and read and watch some videos even ones on YouTube where they give statistics out. If y'all really get into it, y'all will see that we live in a situation right now where everybody should be locking down, trying to have something and not throwing things away. It should be all money in, no money out right now. And like I said, y'all put y'all some cash up. Put y'all some cash up. I'm telling y'all. I'm not going to tell y'all again. I've been telling y'all for 2 years. Put y'all some cash up because you going to need it. To me, it looks like a woman who ain't got to do nothing but be home and they man do it all. That's what's on social media now. And that's exactly what that soft life movement is. And I think it's ridiculous. Like back in the day, I probably would have went for it. But seeing as how things are now, people losing their jobs unexpectedly, I'm pretty sure, excuse me, I'm pretty sure when them people got up and went to work at Spirit Airlines, they wasn't expecting to get an email at work telling them that the airline shut down and that they didn't have a job anymore. But that's the state of the economy we're in. People at UPS getting emails telling them we can severance pay you $100,000 for you to leave now, or you could just wait and work 6 more months and get fired. Like, it scares me that more of my people, it scares me that more of my people don't understand what's going on with the state of the economy. It scares me because we're always the last ones to jump on the bandwagon. We're always the last ones to figure out what's going on. We always the last ones to listen to what's going on. I mentioned last week, they out here building bunkers. Do y'all think they are building bunkers for nothing? Have y'all seen they got a whole underground city? It's literally a city. They down there driving around, hotels, shopping centers, restaurants. It's literally a whole underground city that the elites built. We're slowly moving into a purge situation and nobody's paying attention because they on buy now, pay now, getting credit. Buy now, pay later, getting credit to go on a vacation. Let me ask y'all something. And I really want to bring this up because this is more of a safety thing and not an economy thing. Have y'all been paying attention to what's going on overseas? I've been seeing so many people jump on flights to other countries and just like, hey, I'm going here and hey, I'm going here. I need y'all to pay attention because while y'all jumping on these flights going overseas to these different countries, they're posting videos saying if you from America, don't come here because you're subject to be killed. Because they don't like Trump. So they're threatening Americans. And y'all jumping on planes going overseas. Y'all need to be keeping y'all money and not spending y'all money overseas nor on these airlines because when some shit pop off, ain't nobody coming to help us. Ain't nobody coming to help us. Listen, this is a help yourself situation. And I'm really trying to give people game on what I have learned. But it's up to y'all to listen. And what I have figured out is a lot of us don't like to listen. A lot of us don't like to be told what to do. A lot of us don't like to take suggestions. But when I say I've been studying this stuff, I've been paying attention to this stuff, I am serious. I am so serious. Oh, let me see. So from counseling sessions, I have had the as the apostle. The soft life is where they are trying to please their women, as they say, treating them as a queen, but they misunderstand the term queen. Thank you for that. So thank you to the woman that answered, and thank you to the man that answered, because I wanted to know what we were doing about the soft life. And yeah, that's crazy. We think we know it all, and we really do. I need my people to wake up. I need y'all to start researching. I need y'all to start looking at something other than reality shows and social media. I need y'all to know the facts about what's going on in life. I need y'all to know about what's actually going on in the world. Like, we're being left behind so fast, so fast, so fast, and y'all don't see it. Y'all don't see it. So we got to get it together. We got to get it together. Remember, back in the day, NBC used to have a little thing, a little logo that said, "The more you know." That's still relevant. The more you know. Reading is still fundamental. It is. Trust me. It pays to know something. It pays to know what's going on in the world that you live in. It pays to know what's going on in another country before you jump on a flight. It pays to know that there are underground cities being built while we up here chilling and not paying attention. It pays to know that the world is about to go digital, and I'm telling y'all to get some cash for a reason, and y'all not paying me no attention. It pays that I'm telling y'all start kind of living off the grid to a certain extent, because you're going to need to. And y'all thinking I'm talking about in a far, far future. I'm not. I am not. Do y'all see how much things have changed just in the year and a half that Trump's been in office? And he still has another, 2.5 years. Be prepared for what's to come. Whatever that is. Be prepared for whatever is to come. We have to do better with preparation, or we gonna be the ones that are being exterminated first. And I say that from my heart with love for my people. We gotta wake up and pay attention. For real, for real. Okay? Now, that is the end of my show tonight. Let me see. This era, we really have to wake up and pay attention to what is really going on around us, because society is covering up a lot of things, because knowledge is truly power. And that's true. Before I end, I don't know if y'all paid attention to Google is going AI. So a lot of people are converting to the search engine DuckDuckGo. Google is going AI. So when you Google, you won't be able to get the links to all the different sites anymore. It's going to give you the answer that it wants you to have. Y'all got to pay attention. Y'all got to pay attention. Pay attention. We got to do better. We can't get left behind, y'all. We can't get left behind. And I hate to say it, but that's what they're expecting. They're expecting us to sit down and stay in the dark and get left behind. I need y'all to wake up. If y'all haven't, go watch some of these movies that they call conspiracy theory movies. Go watch some of them, because they are absolutely true. Y'all got to pay attention. The veil is coming down, y'all. I don't know if y'all really paying attention. The veil is coming down and things are being exposed. And if you don't pay attention, you're going to be left behind. Okay? So thank y'all for tuning into Couch Conversations. We were supposed to be talking about the state of the economy, which we did get into, but I didn't got into a whole bunch of other things as well. But we gotta get on board with what's going on. We gotta pay attention to the state of the economy. Otherwise, it's gonna be all bad. I'm gonna just say that. It's gonna be all bad. I need y'all to pay attention. Thank y'all for tuning in to Couch Conversations. I appreciate y'all. Next week, I have an amazing show for y'all. It's the Block Party pre-show. Christina and Candy, I'm gonna ban y'all from Cash App's games. But anyway, tonight's winner for Cash App's game is Desiree. I'm excited about the block party. Next week we're gonna have block party chat. I just want to thank everybody that has contributed to the block party. I'm gonna get into that next week, but this is going to be one of the no, not one of the. This is going to be the best block party I've had. The best block party. I genuinely mean that. The RSVPs have been off the chain. The vendors, like I said, are sold out. The artists are coming from everywhere and they're excited. Um, I'm happy to be surprising all of our honorees. It's just a lot going on. I'm excited to just be having all of this stuff going on. If you didn't know, I'll be doing a performance as well. And it's not what y'all think. I know y'all gonna want me to sing Blunts for Two, but it's not Blunts for Two, so y'all be ready. Um, Shout out to the host, Black Thompson. I'm just excited. So if y'all have not RSVP for the block party, please do. If you are watching this and you plan on coming, I need y'all to hear me out. If you plan on coming, I need you to go to Eventbrite and get a ticket. I don't care if you come into the free events. If you just come into the marketplace to shop, you need a ticket to get in. Okay? You need a ticket. I'm going to stress that to y'all. We need a ticket. You got to have a ticket to get in. Okay? Also, if you're interested in pre-ordering a block party shirt, it's not too late. You have a couple more days to do it. We still taking pre-orders. Let me know, and we'll get you taken care of. It's not too late to pre-order your cup. If you pre-order your cup, it comes with a free drink from Cakey's Treats. It's not too late to get a souvenir book. The souvenir books are $25. They are absolutely gorgeous. I'm actually sending them out tonight. No vendors do not need a ticket. You good. Just make sure when you check in that you get a VIP wristband, but vendors do not need a ticket. Yeah, so we got a lot going on. I just want to thank everybody because I wouldn't have been able to put this together without everybody. And I want to give a special shout out to Louise Robinson. Thank you, Miss Louise, for everything you've done. Like you really stepped up. I appreciate you. Like out of nowhere, I appreciate you. Y'all must not have wanted these VIP tickets because nobody commented to get them. Nobody commented to get them. Okay, let's see. Candy want a book. Apostle want a cup. Okay, I got you. Y'all tap in with me, and I got you. So thank y'all for everything, and let's see. Y'all make sure y'all go subscribe on YouTube, turn on your notifications, watch over on YouTube. I appreciate everybody that's been supporting. You can also go back and watch previous episodes of Couch Conversations on YouTube as well. If you go to the website, you can go by season. We have the seasons, and every season has a episode list and tells you what the episodes are in that season. So if you go to the website, you don't have to go through all the videos one by one and try to see what they're about. You can go to the website, the Couch Conversations page. It's listed by season. Every season has a link and it tells you by number what the episode is about. So if you would like to go back and watch past episodes of Couch Conversations, feel free to do that. And thank you to the people that have. I do pay attention to the numbers that are going up or down. So thank you to everybody that has. If you have any topic suggestions, please make sure you tap in with me as soon as possible. 702-578-6716, or you can email me at couchconversationslive@gmail.com or message me on IG at couchconversationslive. Join us next Thursday, June 11th at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for the Block Party pre-show. And my closing words tonight. Whew. Tonight's conversation is about the current state of the economy. It's about the people. It's about the bills. It's about real situations, real inflation. But my biggest issue isn't the inflation. It is people feeling pressured to look successful or look rich while struggling. While the recession isn't invisible, it is filtered for social media. Tonight isn't about judging anybody, it is about being honest and what we're experiencing and what we're willing to do to change it. So, thank you to everybody that tuned in tonight. I will see y'all next week right here at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for Couch Conversations Live. I am your favorite host, Danni Gyrl. Y'all favorite talk show host. And thank you to everybody that has been giving me feedback on the show. The topics that you like or things that I do that you like. You like the subjects and the topics, and you just like the show itself. I thank you. All the feedback makes me keep going. It makes me feel good, because sometimes it's a struggle sitting here talking to y'all about things that I really want to cry about. So I appreciate y'all so much for all the feedback. And I will see y'all back here next week, right here on the couch. I'm your favorite talk show host, Danni Gyrl, and nothing's off limits on the couch. So I'll see you next week. Peace and have a divine night.